Right, you see where all the female parts are? You might be able to see the side. There's one in there as well. In there. In there. What you need to do is make sure there's clearance, so all the boys are not going to get cock blocked.
Okay, oopsies, tonight instead of the Sophie Baxter.
Sophie Alice Baxter.
Sophie Alice Baxter. No, that's well.
Go make this all go! Super fucking volcano eruption! Let's go! Yeah! Don't click that. I just randomly slapped myself around the face 5 times in the bathroom, and they were producing really satisfying slaps. But it really hurts now. Let's see if I can get it on straight. Oh. What a satisfying slap sound. I've got, you know, I've got Delta Rock hand. I've got a micro pick.
What was that? I am a gundam.
Hello. And welcome back to part 3. Those of you that have been watching this back on YouTube, thank you so much. And for those of you tuning in to watch it live, thank you even more. Oh man, what a weekend. Absolutely dragged over hot coals, shards of glass, upstairs, down hills. Absolutely shattered. To the point where I was on my sofa about an hour ago, just having a pizza, watching a bit of Asmongold on YouTube, thinking, should I postpone it? Because I really am. I put up a string of lights in the garden, put some more weed killer down the alleyway. I've started to de-weed the driveway because it does need a clean up. And I'm thinking, what am I doing? You've got a stream today. You've got to do stuff. You've got to say words. You've got to be in front of a camera. Why are you tiring yourself out, man? To the point where it's, my argument to that is it doesn't matter what I do, whether I sit down, whether I relax, or whether I do stuff, I'm tired regardless. So I'd rather be productive with my tiredness than allow it to consume me, I guess. Right, so I've got to do that again, right? I thought these are the 2 lefts or 2 rights, so I've got to do the 2 lefts or the 2 rights. So I've done this twice. So where am I doing the other side, or am I not? This is what's confusing me. See, that's 3-3. See, that's leg unit C and leg unit D. Right, so I've done 2 leg unit D's. C's. Hang on, it says leg unit B, which is them. Leg unit C. Right, okay, so I've done 2 leg unit C's. So I now need to do leg unit D. Understood. I think. Anyway, less about me. I hope you had a great weekend, guys. Whatever you got up to, and thank you for joining me. You know about me as soon as I turn on the stream. Oh, what am I thinking? So it is leg day for the unicorn. Hopefully, try and get this done. Maybe, possibly. See how far we get, yeah? That was a big thing. It's like way too big for your average nipper just to go through. It's like four mils. That's really chunky. So yeah, know the limits of your nippers and do not nip that plastic. Just nip underneath it at where the gate turns into like a little sprue mark for the mold. Otherwise, if you go to overstretch the jaws, you'll end up breaking your nippers, and you don't want that. Okay, I think we have all the bits. Now, normally it's Wednesday when I start to lag a bit, and you know the presentability and the you know the quality of the content starts to sort of wane a little bit. But today I feel like I am up against it. I'm running uphill just by just sitting here. So please bear with me. I'm going to do my best. Oh, and I've tidied up behind me as well. So it's a little bit more tidier, I guess. I've boxed up 2 boxes of gunpla. One of those under bed storage boxes, as well as a cardboard documents box. And they're in the wardrobe for now. I've tidied up underneath the bottom as well, so it's less cluttered and a little bit more less less cluttered, I guess. So that's this part of the display. My shelving unit here is still a clusterfuck, so I'm going to be boxing up quite a bit of this lot, just so I can make some sort of order on it, of it all. And then I can then work on this area over here, which is like a catch-all. It's my spray area. And because it's a catch-all, I don't feel comfortable sitting there spraying, so or painting. So it's kind of all got to go another box up session, and tidy the space up. And the more that I have in boxes, just do it periodically over time. When it comes to upgrading the room and doing some changes to the room, it's all boxed up, ready to go. It doesn't have to be on display. I don't get no benefit from it. You don't get no benefit from it because you can't see it. So boxing up a lot of the stuff and a lot of the chug, it's not out of out of sight, out of mind. It's more a case of just like tidying up the space. So when it comes to it and I need to get stuff out of this room to maybe lay a floor down, it's all in boxes ready to go up in the loft or be moved around easier. Also, I kind of wanted a space, make a space here for this thing. Until I can get some nicer cabinets, probably some glass cabinets or something. I kind of want to box stuff up and only have like the more bougie kits on display, I guess. I definitely need a new set of God hands because the tip is ever so slightly bent and I don't want to try and straighten it in case I break the blade. But they are still razor sharp, so that's the key factor here, sharpness. Should always have sharp nippers, especially when you're doing close cuts ready for cleanup with a glass file or whatever. So we're listening to a little bit of craft work today. Fancied putting on a little bit of electro. Some of it might be retro, some of it might be remixes and remasters. So if you are a fan of those four mad lads, you're in the right place. If you're watching this back on YouTube, you can't hear this, unfortunately, but be sure to swing by the stream. Also, I might look into multi-streaming as well. I mean, there's a lot involved apparently with OBS and third-party stuff and doing all the setup. I don't necessarily know what I'm doing in that regard, but it's something I would like to do. And so I've been wanting to do it for a while, just not really like thinking about it too heavily. Other things are a priority. But I would like to multi-stream on YouTube, possibly other places like X and Kick. Other people are starting to do it now, and now might be the time, because Twitch seems to really be heavily focused on supporting people that I don't necessarily agree with at all, and I'd rather not. Oh, you're on there, so you're associated with them. That sort of step back. Still be on Twitch, but I'd rather see if I can make a go elsewhere as well.
But yeah, the main chat I think will remain on Twitch because you guys are a good lot to me. So that won't change. But I think being on other platforms will be good, you know. Or not, I don't know. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? And if you haven't been aware already, as of yesterday and up to the 3rd, there's a higher possibility of Northern Lights being apparent around the UK due to the astral projection from the sun, or the corona projection from the sun. Big one. So that's going to be affecting our geomagnetic field, apparently. I mean, I don't know too much about it. It's just something I saw on the internet, which I thought was interesting. Because it wasn't too long ago that I could see the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights here as low as Canby Island. Afternoon, what's man? How goes? I am shattered. And thank you, Lily, for joining. Someone to talk to. I don't like talking to myself. I really don't. Even though I'm not talking to myself, it's broadcasted, it's presenting, so someone's going to be listening, right? But you know, when there's nothing happening in chat, I'm like, I've got to fill in the blanks, and it's kind of uncomfortable because I fucking hate my voice. But yes, keep your eye on the night sky. But I say from yesterday to the 3rd, high possibility of seeing some Northern Lights where you are. I'm so tired that I was seriously contemplating delaying this stream until tomorrow. But I'm in the garden again tomorrow, so probably not doing too much. There's a few bits and pieces, niggly bits that I want to sort of tend to. Have you seen the 1/72 scale Zeta from Bioshan? I haven't, no. There's there's literally new kits coming out daily. I'm exposed to quite a few because of KSW on Twitter. Always putting out the news and photos and promotional stuff of new kits, as well as Speedball Harrow, but not everything gets exposed to my eyeballs. Plus, I'm not really on any sort of news outlet websites or anything like that. £46 pre-shipping. That sounds pretty cheap. So, is that smaller than a perfect grade, but bigger than a master grade? Is that how it works? 1/72 scale. It's a scale that loses me. So obviously 160 is big. 1/100. So it's in between, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Cool. So You know, when I think of the 2.0, that's a massive model kit, right? The 2.0 Zeta is big. It scales really big. It's a big boy. So not having a perfect grade Zeta, because you know I don't have 200 quid lying around. I wish I did because I get one. That seems to be a very nice price. Is that a pre-order or is it available right now? And can we get it from elsewhere rather than America? Because gundam it, isn't that an American website? Yeah, it's dollars. Shipping to, I think I've ordered stuff from there before. United Kingdom. Hang on. It's sea shipping, $8. Oh, it's a deposit. When is it out? Doesn't say. It's $8 shipping. That's not bad, really, if you think about it. So $60 plus $8. Yeah, it's $68. I'm thinking it should show up. Yeah, obviously, yeah, obviously. Yeah, I'd be interested in that because it's cheap, and cheap is within my budget right now. Yes, I would like to check that out because having that to sort of do a comparison between the Vercar, the 2.0, and that particular brand, yeah, it'd be interesting. I wonder if it's a good brand. I've never heard of them before. But certainly, you know, it's not in the ballparks of a ball breaking cost. So I can't afford to do it right now because I've got to get the build off out of the way. Also, I'm going to Day of the Gundam, so I've probably got to take about 100, 150 with me for that, just in case I might want to buy a kit. I don't want to go mad and buy loads of kits. I want to have a good time, have enough for beers, drinks, lunch and stuff, and maybe pick up one kit, you know, from them. Because I think Gundam Mad is going to be like, they're going to have their storefront there, obviously. So hopefully if they've got something there that I might be interested in, I can give them some cash monies and come home with a model kit from there. So I kind of want cash spare for that. Also, I've got to get the car fixed because the right shock absorber needs replacing. Oh man, it's just money. Fucking hate money. I fucking hate it. I earn it and it just goes in one hand and out the other. I just read somewhere that in New York, that New York gets stabbed every 50 seconds, poor guy. I just read that someone in New York gets stabbed every... You just see this guy on a cross and people just walk past and stab him. He's like, fuck, man. Come on. Another one walks past. Have a nice day. It's horrible. It's horrible. You shouldn't laugh about it. You know, people's lives are taken away, you know, every few seconds. It's crazy. Oh, dear. Welcome, Iodide. How you doing? Hope you had a good weekend, dude. And I've just come to the conclusion that this is not craft work. So I apologise for setting you up, thinking, oh yeah, we'll play some craft work today. And we've got Twilight Voyage playing by LTJ Bookham. Which isn't, you know, in all intents and purposes a bad thing, but kind of not what was advertised. I'm roasted. Oh, That's better. The machine just made a really weird noise out of nowhere. It was like, no, sorry, I should have. Oh, I should have got your permission before turning you on. Oh, I also fixed the Barbatos's foot today, using parts from the Vidar which were left over. So and as I went to pose it, stretched the C clip again. So I'm in no better off. I'm in no better position. However, it's not stretched entirely, and the foot still stays attached. So I've got my Barbatos stood there, down there. It's not going to be touched, and hopefully I'll get to build the lupus when it comes out. But I've heard that the lupus is just a parts expansion set or something. I'm not entirely sure. I do hope that it's a whole kit, because we had an expansion, a P Bandai expansion set before, so I'm a bit dubious as to what they're doing there, and I'm hoping it is an entire kit. Because that would suck if there's, oh, we're getting the lupus, and no, it's, you've got to buy another Barbatos model kit, and you're getting these in a little baggie. And I am hoping that the lupus is retail and not P Bandai. Not P Bandai, yeah, P Bandai. That's why, because the water circulation is probably dry, so the pump's making all sorts of weird noises. Never run wet pumps dry. So I just turned it off. I thought I had all the pieces out. I didn't. Oh, pardon me. So if you've not built a perfect grade before, you might not be aware of the Unchained mode that comes with the Unicorn. I think perfect grade only. where it has like a third transformation with more open hatch gimmickry, and so on, exposes more of the psycho frame, amplifying the new type phenomena. And stuff. So there is more parts, more psycho frame, and stuff like that. Not too much. I think it's a bicep split. Parts of the chest in the neck open. The legs have got a little bit more of a fractured armor gimmick. That's about it, really. Hey, Socket. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I have a craving for Weetabix. I shall claim some Weetabix. Nice. Go claim your prize. I haven't had Weetabix in ages. I like Weetabix with warm milk and just absolutely caked in sugar. It's probably the only cereal that I like to put sugar on, because the rest are like heavily coated in sugar anyway, whereas Weetabix are just dry wheat bix biscuits, I guess. How is Tycade? Welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good weekend and stuff. How is your light box? You got a new light box. He's got a new light box, everybody. Light box. No. Don't drop your god hands on the floor. What am I doing with my life? What am I doing with this strife? This is not Craftwork either. What is going on? I just want to play Craftwork. Thank you, Caesar. I shall claim beer. Fun fact, that was my leftover beer from last Wednesday. Waste not, want not. It was still fizzy, just warm. Warm beer, daddy. How is everyone? And welcome for joining. Room temperature beer, there's nothing quite like it. Wow, that's a War Harry. Welcome. What adventures have you been on since you've last been here? That's amazing. Welcome back, dude. Just got to clean these Psycho frame leg blades, and then we can get into constructing this guy. Well, the leg compartments anyway, or the calf compartments. Once we've done this, we can start work on the knees and the inner frame of the leg, which is probably the most complex of the whole thing. Yeah, sadly, work consumes all of my free time. I have to keep the house and my parents in shape too, because my dad can't do it alone anymore, and my mum still works full time. You're a good boy, mate. You're a good boy. Stepping up is really important when it comes to family. And adulting and doing these things is part of life, isn't it? I mean, work consumes a hell of a lot of my free time as well as other obligations outside of streaming. Weetabix acquired, nice. How many did you go for? 2 or 3? I sometimes like to just have 3 in a bowl with warm milk and just let it sit for about 10 minutes until it turns into a porridge, and then mix it up, loads of sugar, maybe a dash of cream in there just to take the sweetness away, a little bit of sourness, and yeah, consume. Everyone's got a different way of eating Weetabix, which is the unique thing about that cereal. My mate has he likes to eat Weetabix with jam on. Just spread a bit of jam on and eat them raw. Like, that's crazy. Now, eating raw Weetabix with chocolate spread on them like a Nutella, that might be interesting. The only true option is 3 Weetabix in Yazoo banana milk with a little sprinkle. Ooh. Now you're talking, because Yazoo banana milk, I had one the other day, Saturday on my runs, because I was getting a little bit of heartburn. So I went into a Nisa and paid 75 pence for a bottle of banana Yazoo, which is the only Yazoo you should consume, may I add. The chocolate and strawberry flavors are not it, but the banana is top. I mean, my parents raised me, gave me food and everything I needed, so trying to give them back exactly, and learn the nursing job that I can take care of my parents as long as possible so they can live in the house. That's awesome. My mate Maddox does that for his mum. He's the staying home for his mum. He's his mum's carer, so he looks after her, and he's a good lad for doing that. He can't look after himself, so what he does is he looks after his mum, because in turn she looks after him. So it's like a perpetual care cycle that they've got going on. And I still need to get up to where, up there and see him, because I haven't spoken to him. Well, I have spoken to him recently, but I haven't been up and seen him, because I used to go up there every year, see him at Halloween, Christmas, or for his birthday or whatever. But I've just not been able to get up there, so. I've got my birthday off, so I might see if I can go up there around October and see him in October. His mum makes the best corned beef hash. This is not craft work, but it will do. So yeah, we're just chilling today. No real exertion or theatrics. We're just chilling, just building the legs for the perfect grade and seeing how far I can stretch myself because I am exhausted. This weekend shift really absolutely kicked my ass. I don't know who this is. Oh. 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 So for those of you watching back on YouTube, you're not going to be able to hear what's going on, but Tour de France has just started playing, so forgive me. And sadly, Southend lost at Wembley yesterday. They were leading 2-1. Then the ref was injured. And I said to my friend, you watch this be a catalyst. And then boom, Oldham equalised. And then they scored again. And it ended up being 3-2. It was sad times. It just wasn't meant to be. So congratulations to Oldham getting into the leagues. Southend, better luck next time. It will happen. Just keep going, lads. This beer's chilled. Nice. I see too many old people in our elders' homes that get left behind there from their families because they have Alzheimer's and the kids that don't want to have anything to do with their parents because it's too much work. And the old mums and dads are sitting there by us and cry on their birthdays and on Christmas. Oh man, that's rough, man. That's really rough. Yeah, I know it happens. It's disgusting. And so some adults that go into older life, not having kids or any sort of immediate family that can help them out, and it's really sad to see. But there are some hospices out there and charity work and carers that go around, and there are good people out there that take it upon themselves to look after the elderly and go visit them and spend time with them and stuff like that, in their own time. So it's not as widespread or mainstream, but nobody should die alone or deteriorate on your own. It's sad to see. By the way, you build a kit that a friend of mine desperately tries to get his hands on, but no chance. The cheapest one he found was €800. Wow. I didn't pay anything near that because a good friend in Abu Dhabi, Gonzo, he bought this from the retail site, so he paid retail for it, and I paid him back. But yeah, the resale of this kit is insane. Don't ever pay over the odds for any sort of kit. Like, try and if you can get like 400 or 500 quid together, and someone's willing, and you trust someone with it to get it on P Bandar when it's next listed, do it that way. Yeah, you can get a Daban version, which apparently is really good. Gonzo's built that, and he said, for the price, you get quite a bit with it as well. You get like all the fuel tanks and everything that's included in the Divine set, apparently. So it's like you're getting double bubble for less. That's worth thinking about. In fact, I am, when I can, I'm thinking of getting the Daban Phoenix because one, it's not plated, and it's the similar sort of gold, like dipped painting that you see on the Haikushiki, which is my preferred look. It's a lot cheaper, so. And I think I'll get the Bandai Banshee, but the Fenix will probably be Daban, and at least my unicorn, my Banshee, at least 1/3 of them is at least 2/3 of them are Bandai official products. So, so like Bandai haven't had my money. I can sleep at night. Missed you. 3 days ago, I was sitting 3 hours by an old lady on her bed holding her hand because she was dying, and she's always thought I'm her son because of her dementia. So I spoke with my team because she had so much so much fear and wanted me to stay by her side, and everyone said, "Go for it. We'll cover the rest." Oh, that's awesome, man. You're a good dude. And stuff like that really does matter to somebody. Even though, when you've like your memories are going and your brain is turning inside out, and you're sort of like not recognizing yourself or people around you from day to day, that's torturous, absolutely torturous. So having someone there, regardless, so they're not alone. You're a good egg, mate. You're a good egg. No. They put out a reissue notice this month for the kit. Have to go via P Bandai then. Yeah, I know they're printing the Phoenix has gone back up for sale. For September. I'm pretty sure that the perfectibility is going to be on there as well. But Bandai want a lot of money for the Fennec, so I'm happy to get a Daban version. Oh, satisfying click right there. It still costs around 33,000 yen, so that's kind of expensive. What? But isn't the perfect grade new 60,000 yen? Or was it 30,000 yen? I can't remember now. I don't know why I got 60,000 yen in my head. $30K. Okay. Right. So I didn't know they did a divine version of this. I just thought it was all separate. Okay. Hips, feet, rear thrusters, things. It's a lot of reading. Big block of text right there. I think that the part of my job, like the rest of my team, so when a person has a favourite team member, they want to sit by her also. So when it comes to, and then we make it possible. What up to it then. But what many people don't understand is that this is so much other things what make the job difficult. My mind was because the moments follow you the rest of your life. Exactly. Seeing fear in the people's eyes and the pain. Always get it. Oh, uncommon. Your job is so easy from some families. Yeah. Some people just don't understand just how impactful it is. You know, all the good times that you have and share with people is balanced out by a lot of the bad and negative side of things, and the upsetting side of things, and the emotional side of things, and it wears you down, and it is heavy. So I do hope that your job and your employer does offer you counselling and regular trips to, you know, the mind doctors to have a mind scrub, really, just for your well-being and betterment. Right. Lots of Q's, lots of T's. I would like to see the unicorn in 110, like UC 110 or something. Like, what does it look like? Where is it? What's happened to it? Will it be discovered? Will it be found again? No, if we don't get this, we have to make it possible on our own. So we made an intern cycle every month where we talk things out. That's a great way of doing things. Very good way of doing things. Well, I did have the right fucking thing. Right, so T6 and we want POM 6. And PC 3. So if you join me for part 3, which is going out on YouTube, this is part of the Perfectibility playlist or stream playlist on YouTube. I appreciate anyone who watches this stuff back and anyone that's joining me on the stream. Thank you. Hello and welcome. You can say hello, Mum, if you want to. I'm sure she's watching. Now, I'm not going to be going too crazy with the cleanup because I'll be painting this eventually. So a lot of the cleanup will be done when I prep the parts for painting. So otherwise, I'm going to, if I sit here and seam delete, like, you know, the mold line, just scratch out the whole mold line. It was just not good for, you know, viewing. So I kind of want to just loosely clean up the bits and go from there. Oh. Right, so now I need Q. Q10. And Q11. And Q2. POM4. Oh, this sounds sped up. It's a remix. And that's okay. It's their remix. They can do whatever they like. Just imagine that, you know, with the AI takeover, which is going to be inevitable one day. They play this track while they're marching down the streets, like executing people and turning people into paste. It's just, oh man, this is a good tune. It represents us and our values, man. A massive AI uprising. They're playing "We Are the Robots" by Kraftwerk. That'd be hilarious. Not for people being turned into paste, obviously not. That's horrendous. But you know, humanity knew its killer. You know. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. I have to build my PG tool geese this year. At the moment, I'll take around 30 minutes a day or 1 hour if possible, cut out all of the runners and sort all the bags after building. I still need to build the monument repair myself. It's going to be one of the prizes on this year's build off, which starts in July. So if anyone wants to win a monument repair, thanks to Lilith, for the grand prize, what you need to do is ! Discord in the chat, or ! GFBO 25 in caps. Join the Discord, check out the rules, and maybe enter the competition. There are other prizes to win, as well as trophies and stickers. Plus, you get to build and paint a kit and showcase it and show it off to your friends and other people taking part. Be in it to win it. Everyone's welcome, all skill levels. I would like to build that tool gaze myself, 100%. POM on one side and PC on the other. There we go. And then that is smashed in there. Now I need this guy. Also, because this is a transforming mobile suit to a degree, stuff happens. It's always best to clean up parts that might be introduced to some moving or whatnot. So if you've got a little bit of extra material on clips and ports and pins and whatnot, it might hinder the transformation smoothness in terms of tolerances. And especially when you're sandwiching pieces together, if you've got a little bit more material than you need, it might affect how it goes together. So just be mindful of that. A lot of you builders out there, you know, one way or the other, what to do, and we're not telling people to suck eggs or anything like that. You all know what you're doing, but just in case. Just making sure that that is all correct before smushing it down. Okay. Oh man, that was a horrendous pop. I just put pressure here, and my neck just went pop. Oh. I am in so much agony. Like working this week really kicked my ass, guys. Really did. You know when you stand up or you sit, I mean obviously some of you young kids won't understand, but you will. When you stand up and everything goes click, 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 you sound like an actual transformer as you're standing up. Like it's horrendous. And you're like, oh fuck, ow, oh shit. That bike accident that I had when I was younger is really starting to kick me in the arse. Damn you, Evil Knievel. Why was you such a prevalent fucking role model to me when I was growing up? Hey, Rick, get down from there. Yeah, but 8 buses, Mum. Where'd you get the buses from? That's not important right now. Things we used to do as kids, like we used to do gap jumping. It was one of my biggest thrills when I was a kid, like jumping the garages and stuff like that. Because some of the garages had like walkways in between, and some walkways were bigger than others. So we'd run along the roofs and jump and like jump gaps and stuff. Not to the extent of like drone using parkour experts that have to put a little bit of sand down to break their fall when they're jumping 50-foot gaps, 200 foot in the air. Like that's just craziness. We weren't to that extent. But yeah, used to get up to all sorts when I was younger, climbing trees and all sorts. Okay, I have to get my bun up, finish eating now, so it's time to dive to my parents and get the rest of the bathroom done so my parents can use their new age appropriate. Nice. And damn, it's a new shower with super low entrance and handles and all that stuff for elders. Yeah, to be able to get in like baths with doors and so on. That's cool, man. My mum's got a wet room installed where she just walks in, turns the shower on, and it's like she can go nuts if she wants to, and she can sit down, stand up, do whatever. So yeah, that was installed a few years ago. So that's been a life changer for her. So have a nice day, dude. Thank you so much for popping in, Harry. You're a legend. Thank you so much. Oh, let's go. Bit of Duran Duran, everybody. I'll try to stay healthy as I sip on a beer. Welcome, Gundam, you wizardry Harry. Sorry, I can resist. Welcome, dude. How you going? And your Death Side of Hell looks absolutely spectacular. Hope you're happy with it. Clean, as all clean things should be. Girls on film. Girls on film. Girls on film. Bang, big bang, bang, bang. Yeah, finishing up the fingers and the shaft today. Nice. It is a good kit, but it's one of those kits that can bite you in the arse if you do get it wrong, especially with the wings, because they do go a certain way. And I found out the hard way. I'm still impressed with myself that I managed to take it apart, paint it, and put it back together again so I could send it to My Name Is My Name. But yeah, it's one of those kits that can bite you in the arse if you don't pay attention to the wing instructions. Then on to the Toolcase 3 while I wait on the pre-cut masking for the Thunderbolt. Nice. But all said and done, once the wings are built correctly and you've got it all done, it does look nice. With the exposed armor, like mechanics and stuff like that. Wah, 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 wah. I would like to build another one for myself eventually. I do have both the Endless Waltz and the Rosetta. So the Death Scythe Hell would make up the trio or the menage of Death Scythes, especially in master grade format, until we get like a TV version or anime version, Death Scythe, like season 1 and season 2. That would be nice in master grade, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe during a 50-year anniversary of Wing, maybe. But then they'll probably just roll out real grades. It's fine, I guess. Just waiting for this G Gundam rollout, you know, because last year was the 30-year anniversary of G Gundam, so I'm kind of hoping we get some more G Gundam stuff. Yeah, I want the MGDFs without the Mexican part. I don't mind them. I mean, the Death Scythe Hell, I like the look. You know, where's the rest? I don't mind. I like it. Look at your Discord real quick. I shall. Let's have a little look. See, Discord activate. I need to integrate Alexa into my PC. It's probably a really bad idea, but like I could say something like, Alexa, open my Discord for me, and just rename her Jarvis. Man, Discord is taking a long time to open up. Here we go. Yes, I've seen that image before. It has been referenced a few times with regards to the Death Scythe. Or you could reference the Japanese exhaust pipe craze, where, you know, the Japanese cars have got them really, really massive exhaust pipes that stick out the back. I don't know. There's a certain name that they have for those cars. It's off the top of my head, I've forgotten what it is, but you know what I mean. Big, massive exhaust, like chrome exhaust, like just sticking out of the back, just like completely obnoxious. Friday. Oh, hang on. Friday's the 5th, isn't it? And Friday's that's Thursday the 5th. Or Friday the 6th. The 6th is the reveal, isn't it? Or the Bandai, like, next phase or whatever they call it, like they do every quarter, where we're going to reveal some more P Bandai stuff, and probably I predict a Digimon, probably a Digimon, as well as some other like 30-minute mission stuff. You know, we'll probably get like a couple of HGs, a P Bandai, and maybe a Master Grade for next year or whatever. Oh, call it Friday. No, I am not going to be calling my tech assistant Friday. I don't want to be labelled a racist. Come on now. Would it be Jarvis? It'd be Friday, because you'd be gender swapping Alexa if you called her Jarvis. Yeah, but I could also change the voice I could change Alexa's voice in the settings. I could probably give her a Scottish accent, call her McTavish. You know, the world's my oyster. And I do have a thing somewhere. This hasn't seen the light of day for a few years. It's been lying around for ages. So I could integrate this bit of tech into the rest of this and possibly keep it away from the speakers to save any text to speech ordering me a new set of pliers from Amazon or something. It's possible, but I'm just way too lazy to sort that out. I need someone to come round and just say, like, you know, buy me a drink, and I'll sort your UI out or something, my interface. That'd be sick. Can you? I don't have an Alexa because I'm not a sat. I've got a really nice Alexa downstairs. It's a Bose speaker. It's like 400 quid. It's very bougie. But I don't use Alexa. I don't. I just thought it'd be pretty funny to just, instead of clapping my hands to turn the lights off, just have the ability to just say, "Oi, slag, turn the lights off, turn the lights down." Because I've got Wi-Fi light bulbs in this room, and all I'd need is a Wi-Fi light switch, and I can smartify this place. I mean, obviously. So yeah, I'm not necessarily a sat sack, but smart devices and having smart technology in house isn't too terrible. It's not the end of the world, like pressing buttons and clicking and using your hands. But say you've got your hands busy, you can say, "Fuck, Alexa, call the police," or the fire brigade or whatever. It has its perks. You got yourself in a right state and you need the emergency services. Right, that's that bit done. Now I need to tease. For beauty we will pay. Oh, this is the German version, so good luck trying to understand what's being said. So yeah, I'll clean up behind me. I can't claim immunity. I don't have an Alexa, but I have a bunch of Google Home products. Yeah, same sort of thing. You know, you can use Bixby or Google, Alexa. You know, there's all these different other various AIs that do smart technologies. I'm not necessarily limited to Alexa, but some of them are handy. But I know that Alexa's always listening, because when I'm downstairs watching TV, the Bose speaker goes from a steady white to like a swirling yellow. And I'm like, "Alexa, stop listening." And then it goes white again. It's proper naughty, it really is. It's like the TV's playing something, like an advert comes on. I'm like, "Alexa, no." No. Like, I watch ODS on YouTube, and they say, "Oh, this is all the products that I bought from Amazon," and then the Amazon rings on, like, "Alexa, stop listening." It's oh man, it's funny because they buy a load of products off Amazon or Instagram ads and stuff like that. Stuff, you know, advertised products that you see on your social media. And they're a funny bunch. If you've not watched ODS, they are from Wisconsin or Oklahoma. That's that sort of way. They are typically American. Like, they are the most American like YouTubers I've ever seen in my life. Definitely worth a watch. They are quite funny. And they've been on YouTube for like 10 years or 8 years. They've been going for a while. Right, I've got to put this together and follow the instructions because I'm useless at that stuff. I am rubbish. It says just put that in. That's the wrong way. Wrong fucking one. That's why it wasn't good. Just put that in there. Just put that in. Just put that on there like that, and that's how it works. Oh, it does. You do. You do just put them together, and it just works. It just works. Ooh, quite excited. I had smart tech like Google Home and bulbs and stuff, but ripped them out after that. It's like, please turn blue, and then they're like in defiance, they just start strobing red, and like, no, that's not what I wanted. When you see the streamers that did it for the giggles with their Alexas hooked up to lights and stuff, having them chat, turn the lights on and off, and adding gallons of lube and horse semen to shopping. I think I know who you're talking about. I love watching Ubu Labs, man. That guy's fucking hilarious. He's got a basement like lab, and it's just like all sorts of fucking weird shenanigans comes on. Like, what one of my favorite videos is I think he bought a load of like products to get swole. Like he bought like horse electrolytes and gorilla peanuts and like high protein stuff to just like eat them all, and just, I can't imagine what it would have been like to have a shit the next day. But yeah, he does stuff like that. Like, absolute mad lad. And he's an engineer as well, so he does lots of soldering, and he tells you how to like electronics and all that sort of stuff. So he's not like he's a complete like moron. He knows what he's doing. T. Ah, what? What? Oh, you're here. This feels so weird listening to this melody this slow. Like, the unicorn's legs are so complicated when it comes to adding the wiring in the loom or into the leg channels. You have to pay real close attention, especially when you're trying to put other stuff on, and when a little kink comes out and you put a bit of armor on or whatever, and it just snips the wire. It's a lot of pain. It's just pain. You never thought you'd be listening to German pop music today. You can tick that one off your bucket list. And anyone watching this back on YouTube, you are missing out. So join the streams. Go keep you company with the rest of the chads. but this is part 3 for the YouTube series. So this will be video 3, which will be going up probably tomorrow. And thanks, guys, for watching it back. It really. I'm trying to get the viewer hours up because that's the only thing holding me back on YouTube. Is the viewer hours, viewership hours and stuff. I need at least another 1,700 viewing hours to get monetized, which doesn't seem like a great deal, but it is a massive. It's a massive deal. And I've gone through all my videos to clean up the copyright. So if I do get monetized, nothing is restricted. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I am trying my best. I need to make another video soon on YouTube. I don't know if you can hear that. But the calling machine's just started to squeal like horrendous. I think the fan bearings for the blower, maybe one of the bearings might be ever so slightly off, and it's starting the axle starting to wobble. Don't do it. Give it a whack. That's going to really annoy me. Let's see how that goes. Sorry for the break there. I'm just having words with the calling machine. That's slowly trying to kill itself by the sounds of it. If it had legs, it would jump out the window, I'm sure. Right, Kay. And if you have never been on an autobahn before, well, make sure you do. Because 1, it's exciting. 2, it's a very smooth ride. And 3, it's terrifying. Because on the outside lane, cars are going along at speeds not possible in many other countries. Like, ridiculous. People in their Audis and Beamers, they've got places to be. And it's perfectly legal. No, 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 no. Don't do that. One of them sounded like a Cosworth engine. Double overhead cam, 24 valve. You know. And air. It's kind of weird that when you're building the unicorn legs, it's not like a case of just build the inner armor, and then you put the psycho frame on, and then you build the outer armor. You're kind of doing all three at the same time. It's kind of weird. Oh, I didn't feel any sort of click. But I am hoping that that's been put on right. Okay. I'm going back to trying down memory lane, trying to remember my when I built the original all those years ago, and whether I feel like I'm doing things right on. And it's like you might as well just scrub those memories and just start again. Oh, I found my real grade unicorn as well. It is in there. You can't see it, but it's over there. I found it. It was buried behind the other guys, the Perfectibility HG and the Fenix HG. And it was just in there with those guys. They're in a box now. I've got no love for those kits whatsoever. They are pretty shite, if you ask me. The HG unicorns. They really do need a revision. The mold isn't that great. But the real grade, I didn't mind too much. I would like to build a real grade Banshee, to be honest. And a real grade Delta Plus Bandai, for fuck's sake. Come on, the Delta and the Zeta Plus, they need some real grade love. They really do. And when will we get a real grade Jester? I wonder. Or any real grade, you know. Go, I was going to say gimp suits. General purpose, mass produced, grunts. RG Leo. RGGM. RG Grays. RG Rizal. The last transformable Wave Rider, I guess. RG Gun Tank. RG Gun Cannon. And not just an RG Zaku. And that's it. Let's move on from this. I don't know. I don't understand this band. Did the Killers sing this? Nice. You. Do I have yous? I do not. I have them now, though. I do like the Killers and Bastille. Don't normally like pop music, but Bastille and the Killers I do like. I was singing along to U2 last night on my way home. Like Sundays is an event for me. My shift is over. I'm listening to Radio X Chilled on the way home on the radio, and like literally U2. Yeah, I can't believe. Why am I saying U2? U2 was playing. I can't even remember what song it was, but I was singing along to it. at the top of my lungs, wailing away with Bono, the absolute moron that he is. It's funny. And I was singing along to Coldplay as well. Fix You by Coldplay. I do like to sing in my car where no one else can hear me, but with the intention of everyone hearing me. You know how it goes. Whoa. Tight. Oh, I remember this tune. And right, I don't want to get too far with this guy with this statement or comment that I'm about to make, but my taxpayers' money are up at stake, right? So when I found out that the Ukraine had ferried in some drones on the back of lorries, a massive Trojan horse, and blew up loads of like Russian planes and stuff, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" That's fucking that was that was a big dick move right there. You know, it's my taxpayers' money being well spent. Because you know when you hear about your taxpayers' money going to waste, you're like, oh, we're giving away this much to this country. Like, oh, god damn it, man, that's my money. Like, what are they doing with it? And then they find out that that country is then doing that with your money. And it's kind of like, cool. But yeah, what the fuck, man? I just want that fucking war to be over. But that was top tier espionage right there. And no doubt a lot of, people are going to end up thrown out of windows because like a lot of planes were on full display. You know, how are these bases run? You know, their hierarchy must be in such a disarray. Like their generals and chiefs of staff, and like the planes were just randomly in a field, like come take them out. It's kind of weird, unless like they were just like not necessarily needed anymore. I don't know. It's crazy to see. But anyway, it's just like when you see your taxpayers' money like help going towards like missions like that, it's just crazy. Let's make this war fucking end, though. You know, it's getting ridiculous. F. Is that the right one? Yes, it is what it is. You can imagine it now, like the Ruskies in their base, like they're in their little shack playing cards, smoking and drinking vodka. like, oh, that the war is a long way away, right? We're not required. We're not doing any bombings and stuff. So they're just kicking back, just chilling out. And then all of a sudden, thousands of drones are just like fucking blowing planes up. It must be chaos, absolute chaos. And that sort of, when you think about it, might sum up the actual nuances of the you know what goes on over in Russia. You know, I watched one like documentary where they sort of did like a pilot exchange. I don't know if it was a British pilot went to Russia and a Russian pilot come to Britain, and there was like an expose on how they sort of did things. And like the British pilot was going, or whoever it was, can't remember the you know the finer details, but the guy was kicking stones and looking at the weeds on the runway, thinking, "Yep, that'll get sucked into the intake. Yeah, that'll cause a problem one day." And this, that, the other. And the Russian guy was like in wherever he was. He was like, "This is immaculate." Like, you know, it was a complete game changer. It was fun to watch, and yeah, with a lot of the stuff that's going on over there, it just baffles you. You know, as an observer, I haven't been paying too much of attention because I just want the war to be over. You know, I don't want to be a contributor by proxy by watching it on the news and consuming it. You know, I'd rather not be that, but you know, it's hard to evade some of the stories that come out with regards to some of the events that are happening, you know. So to sort of discuss it in my mind and think about that, you know, the what's, the ifs, the whys, and stuff like that, it's mind blowing. And to think, right, this particular event taking out these bombers, they said it planned over a year and a half. So they had a year and a half to plan this, knowing full fucking well that fucking airfield, the planes and the bombers and stuff were still just going to be sat there, just like not doing anything. It's like, yeah, they won't move them. They're too busy knocking back vodka and playing cards in the base, like. So complete failures in security and stuff like that. It's just, it blows the mind, you know. Back in a sec. What? I am back in it. I is back. So, what is going on in your world? Let us know. What's happening? Wherever you are in the world. Please don't tell me you're in Switzerland or Texas. Didn't Texas like have a major like hailstorms and really high winds recently? That's crazy. But wherever you are, also I've seen there's a lot more seismic activity in Greece, around Croatia and Bosnia and like southwest Italy, like around Mount Vesuvius. Wherever you are, please be safe. I think the world is going for a little bit of a wobble right now. There's a lot of seismic activity happening all over the place. So yeah, just be careful. Be mindful if you are near a caldera, for example, or a volcano. because a lot of shit is happening under our feet that we haven't got control over. So just be careful. And it's still it amazes me that, you know, in the UK we hardly get tornadoes, we hardly get earthquakes. You know, the most we get is a strong breeze and some flooding every now and again. So like we're quite blessed in terms of geology and geolocation in terms of any sort of like major events. We get field fires and stuff like that, but sometimes they're man-made. Got some pointy tip cotton buds, nice in the morning to use for water size. So I wanted to do yesterday before I didn't have any. Now that they're here, I've got ye old migraine, so not doing that today. Oh man, yeah, the pointy tip ones are pretty cool. Because they're less because the normal ones they sort of like have hairs coming off of them, where the pointy ones they're a little bit more compressed and shaped. So they're good. I mean, I'm very nonchalant when it comes to my buds. They're just in a tub over there. I couldn't care less. I'm a nightmare. But choosing the right tool to do the job is key. But yeah, having a migraine sucks. So I appreciate you being here, even with the hangovers. Hangover. I always say that. I always associate migraines with hangovers. I don't know why. Yeah, I suffer from migraines as well. They are horrible, and they suck, man. So I hope it passes really quickly. And you are not mistaken. This isn't Coldplay. This is Computer Love or Computer Liebe, depending on where you are in the world, I guess. Take a picture of something you see. No. How dare you? Right, so have that upside down. Oh, do we need to put these in first? Yes, we do. D. Yeah. D20. There's a lot of information here. Oh, D21. I've not had one in months, but when I get there and they last a few days, which is fun. Like, yeah, they do. For me, they last about 3 days. I can't stand bright lights, sounds. I feel sick. I feel nauseous. It's horrible. I mean, I've had to go a week without streaming because of a migraine. You know, they just suck. They really do. So I do hope you get better soon. And fuck! Don't drop your nippers on the floor. Luckily, it landed on a soft bag. So the Doctor is now Billy Piper. I mean, it's an improvement, but it's desperate. Rip Doctor Who. I'm sorry, nothing against Billy Piper. She was great in the show with Chris Eccleston. Man, those were the good days. Those were the good days. That's when I watched Doctor Who. But yeah. Rip. Right, she got it the right way around. Yeah, I remember when I built this before, I got the flaps around the wrong way. I need iron now. Oh, but what one? I5. You can get these round the wrong way as well, especially when putting the armor on. It does matter because the shapes like cut in and cut out, and they slide up and down. So you gotta get that right. Doesn't look like much, does it? It's like, what is it? It's a mess. But you know, anyone who looks close, it's oh, it's a unicorn there, clearly. But Doctor Who has been ripped since the timeless child site. The writing has been dreadful, and when he killed once, great mythos of Doctor, putting Billy as the Doctor now just adds a baby beauty. Of course, it's she. Whether she is, I mean, whether she is the Doctor, but clearly she is because you know the transformation has been done, the reveal has been done. You know, she is the new Doctor. Obviously they're gonna retcon in some like reasoning as to why one of the assistants can be a doctor now and all this sort of stuff, which has probably been part of the law anyway. Which is, I guess, if it's law, it's fine, but it just shows you how desperate they are. But yeah, the writers and the producers need to be sacked. They really do. When it worked and it was good, those people were responsible. Why it's not good and is doing really badly, those people are responsible. So just get those people that are responsible out and replace them with people that are going to make the show good again. But some people might have just washed their hands with the franchise and just don't want to do it anymore. To Diarrhea, that was the last Doctor. While shitty, yet more onto the tied up stories, Escort and Rose stories. Yeah. I stopped watching it when they introduced Matt. Can't remember his second name, but it was not to say that he didn't do a good job. He was a good Doctor, don't get me wrong. It's just that I stopped watching it from that point onwards. Well, there goes that reveal. Sorry, dudes. It's all over the internet. I just assumed you knew or cared. It's just tragic. Sorry, man. I didn't know you was into Doctor Who. So you're that guy. You're the guy that's keeping the show going. I have every screwdriver from 9 on. Matt Smith, yeah, there. I stopped watching after David Tennant transitioned into Matt, I believe, or was it Eccleston that transformed into Matt? I can't remember now, but it was a while back. What, 2005 maybe? I stopped watching Doctor Who. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Yes. Yeah, so it was after David. I really like David Tennant. I like him as an actor. I should have gave Matt Smith some more benefit of the doubt and watched it because he is a good actor as well. But I just switched off for some reason. I just stopped watching it, and I haven't been back since. I'm not a diehard fan by any means, but I watched the show when I could. Fem Duck and Cross. Right. This tune kind of makes me want to listen to DJ Spinbad with his Rock the Casbah 80s mix again. In his mix from 99 Love Balloons into but I think it was Human League. What you? Getting shit everywhere, fucking disorderly. At the end of the day, the fans of the show ain't watching it, and you know, a lot of the people, you know, that have watched Doctor Who, even from the very beginning, some people are still alive, you know, are obviously unhappy with the direction and the stories and the scripting and this, that, the other. So, you know, they've obviously jumped ship or whatever. And it's just, you know, those are the people that are saying, look, this is shit now, what's going on? And they're not being listened to. So I wasn't using it as a greater than, it's just a forward icon. Obviously, yeah, of course. Yeah. I knew that. Progression. Yeah, progressional symbol. It's fine. Sorry, I was, but hey, that's your opinion and you're entitled to that. I, however, have loved every series outside of Joey's. Okay, cool. If you're enjoying it, that's all that matters. You know, there's gonna be people that do like the direction and the script and what's going on. But a lot of people, you know, I mean, like I say, I can't have an opinion on it because I've not been watching it since, like David left and Matt started. So from that point onwards, I'm just sort of like, not necessarily paraphrasing, but sort of like pushing on what other people have said. So my opinion is completely separate from the, you know, I wouldn't even say it's a majority or a vast majority. It's just people are voicing their concerns about the show and its direction. That's all. But you know, when it comes to the writers and producers and stuff, they obviously they've got their own way of doing things and they've got a vision, and it's not everyone's aligned with it, I guess. I don't know, mine wasn't intended as a greater than. For the most part, it was mostly my personal preference range for best story shown. Each doc had at least one thing they did really well. Yeah, I mean, you could possibly say that is, you know, part of what their intention is. Like, whereas that the acting or the show or the direction might not necessarily be on par with previous or this or the other, but there's some elements within the show that you know, they did that in that season well, that in that season well, that in that story well, and that doctor did this well. So it's kind of like I don't know, a fracture of goodness. But you know, you see all the points on the graph. There is a downtrend. You know, it is what it is. But it's like most things at the moment. A lot of franchises and writing is just going downhill, you know. Oh, I don't put that on just yet. No. I need to put the other side on first. And I don't think I put the other piece on until then. Holy fuck. Yo, 16, how you doing? Welcome. I need pee now. Oh my god.
Can I have a pee? Can I have a pee, please? Oh. Trying to see if this is a different colour. Don't think it is. Is this Billy Idol? Oh, speaking of Billy Idol, completely non-tenuous link, but I've heard that they're bringing back Max Headroom. Maybe it's the hair. My mum liked Billy Idol for a spell. Doing good. Playing some Resident Evil 3 for some retro achievement points. Nice. I got the remake on with my graphics card, like the Resident Evil 3 remake. I booted up, started playing it. I think I got her out of the apartment and onto the street, and I was like, nah, this. I'm not feeling this game at all. Yeah, I've not played it. It wasn't very well. There was so much. I mean, there's probably been updates since, but there was so many artifacts on screen and janky controls. I just couldn't bring myself to it. Wow. Mo. Right, that's I. Okay. I'll read that in a second. Just cutting this out. Tenant Cell was solid in an all-round way. He had swings in personality, and almost all of his stories were great. Capaldi had more of a mood. Doc Smith could be zany and or just a hint menacing. Eccleston was a bit more deadpan from what I remember from way back then. Yeah, I like Chris Eccleston as an actor. He was good as the carpenter in Gone in 60 Seconds. He was a good villain. Resident Evil 3 really was shockingly bad compared to Resident Evil 2. Yeah, I still need to play the other remake. Resident Evil 2 and 0. Oh, Resident Evil 0, 2 and 4 are my favourite reses. I've not played the Village or Resident Evil 8, or if they're both the same thing, I'm not sure. I've not played the latest ones. And Code Veronica was my worst one, in my opinion. I didn't like that one at all. Whereas other people are like, hey, that's my favourite. I'm sorry, I didn't like it. I'm playing on the PS1 version, but with upscalers and all that. Nice. Mo.
These were better than you two in every aspect. As an apples to apples, Simple Minds are better than you two. The problem with 3 remake was they cut half the game out and put in a generic and put a generic lab. I didn't get that far, mate. I just couldn't play the game. It was just visually buggy and janky, and no matter what settings I used, it was just trash. So I was like, nope. Hey. I've done that bit. I've done that bit. Done that bit. Done that bit. Now we go on to the hip thing. My aches are killing me. That would be my joints are killing me. What's wrong with you? Oh, my aches are killing me. Where are your aches? Oh, they're in my joints. Oh, right. Let's cut in the middle, man, then. Fucking hell. Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil HD are the best. Resident Evil 4E was better than Resident Evil 4. Sue me. I need to play that then, because I really enjoyed Resident Evil 4. Apart from the quick time events, I could do without those in that game. And the ending sort of, like, as much as I love the game, the ending sort of dropped off for that game. It was like really, really good. Really was like, I was building, it was fucking, this is great. You know, that big lake scene with that big monster and shit, and what you're buying, and, you know, all that sort of stuff, all the vibes, and having to choose your shots, because I think that was revolutionary. Because, you know, obviously in Resident Evils 1, 2, and 3, you sort of had to sort of aim your headshots, but in a third person perspective. This was more over, instead of top down, it was more over the shoulder. So like you're aiming to shoot the parasites was a little bit more of a new mechanic or a new gimmick. So I really liked that. But when you got to the end, you got to the lighthouse and you had to kill that little dickhead. It just fell off. And Resident Evil 4 removes the quick time events. Oh my god, I need to play that then. I really do. And Nemesis is better than Resident Evil 3. I love Nemesis. Yeah, Nemesis was better than Code Veronica. Way better. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say, okay, Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2, 0, 2, Nemesis, and 4. They're my favourites. I tried playing 5 on the 360, or whatever it was back in the day, or whether it was the Xbox one, I can't remember. And it was so laggy. It was so bad. I just couldn't play it. It was unplayable. Like, the input lag and the game was just so laggy, I just couldn't play it. So I didn't play 5. And I think it was that point onwards where I was just like, I just weren't interested in Resident Evil anymore. Resident Evil 5 is great with a friend. Resident Evil is shockingly bad. I don't even remember there being a Resident Evil 6. No saving it. Resident Evil CV needs a modern remake. Resident Evil 0 is the same. Yeah, Resident Evil 0 definitely needs a remake. And I really hope they do, to bring it away from GameCube, because it was GameCube only, if I remember. So it wasn't on like other consoles, which is kind of a weird decision on Capcom. Like, massively sucking Nintendo's dick with that one, but it definitely, out of all of them, 0 needs more love, more exposure, and a remake, because I really like the story, I like the characters, and I like the zones. Yeah, it's good good one. It was a good one. You still get the end section of Resident Evil 4, but it's a lot better flowing and concise. Nice. I like that. And obviously Ada Wong must look absolutely breathtaking. I don't think I've seen a remake image of Ada Wong. I might save it for a game reveal or something. Like play the game and like do the old Skeletor sigh zip. Right, P3 and P7. That is a 3, but it looks like a fucking 5. That's the 5, so this is definitely a 3. That really looks like a 5, but it's a 3. And H. Do I have a H? No. H! And if you like gunpla, anime, music, or gaming, you're in the right place. So welcome, guys, and thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching this back on YouTube. This is episode 6, or video, not episode 6, episode 3, or video 3 in the playlist. So if you're keen on watching what happened before today, head on over to YouTube. I'd appreciate it. If not, wait for all the videos, I guess, and you can binge watch them one after the other, and that would be awesome. But it's always best to be here and part of the stream because you get to hear bangers like this from The Cure. Oh. Well, considering you've got a migraine, you're really contributing to the chat, so I really appreciate it, Lilith. A little bit of trivia: Resident Evil CV is the real Resident Evil 3. It was poached by Sega because Capcom wanted more power for the next game, so it went to Dreamcast. Sony still had to have a Resident Evil game now, so Nemesis was thrown together using Resident Evil 2 assets with some additions and changes. Didn't know that. That's interesting. I really do wish that Sega still had a console out there, you know, to one, rival Nintendo, and two, to give us more options. Like someone might not necessarily want, like, to get. I haven't got a PS5 or an Xbox X. But I do have a Switch, and I'm in no rush to get Switch 2. But if they was to release, if Sega was to release, say for example, a console next year, and with like maybe 10 launch titles and plans on going forwards, and it was 4K, for example, because I know the Switch 2 is going to be what 1440p maybe, or make it 1440p, or on par with the Nintendo, but like Sega titles. Sega titles getting a remake or a remaster or revision, like Golden Axe and Shinobi and Altered Beasts and stuff like that. Just bring those classics back. Just give them a modern thing, you know. On a Sega platform, it'll be so good. And I know Sonic is multi-platform now, but you know, Sonic back on a Sega console you know, will take me back to 1989 again, 1990, when the Mega Drive was launched in the UK. It was a big deal, and I didn't get one straight away. I had to play my uncle's. He had PJ Tour Golf, Sonic, and he had that other game where you wake up after a car crash or something, and it was like cell shaded, and I didn't know, was it Tomorrowland or Tomorrow World or something? I can't remember. It was weird. And then I got a Mega Drive and a SNES, and I was set, man. I was balling. I had a Game Boy, a SNES, and a Mega Drive. Man, I was, yeah, man. Like 13, 14, 15-year-old Rick, I was doing well. Grab yourself a Mega Drive Mini. I know it's just an emulator. Like the minis, like SNES and the mini Mega Drive. I would love those. That would be cool, man. Because you do get a bunch of games like classics already baked into the console. Possibly, maybe one day. Possibly, maybe one day. Oh, yes. Been bad. Yeah. He's about a mad motherfucker. Yeah. I remember my mum having this album, and it was always open because it was a double spread, like a two vinyl album, I believe. She loved the Human League. And to be fair, I like them as well. I think they're a really good band. Like, if you was to think of an 80s, like, new romantic sort of band, this is the first one you think of. I guess. Oh, there you go. You're in there. Yeah. It's like that. It's hidden. And then when you transform it, it sort of goes in there, and you slide the LEDs. I think you slide the LED either in there or in there, with the cable coming out and going down that channel there. So this bit has the LED in it, and once you've got the wiring in the channel, oh man, it's yeah, it's a headache trying to wire all the wiring in, man. It's crazy. The memories are flooding back. I-13. And I-14. Grab yourself a metal. Back in a bit. Okay. It's like this particular track from Freddie Mercury. Like, I don't know if this was separate to Queen or when he sort of broke up with them and he released some stuff on his own. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a long time ago, but this had a way different feel to it. To Queen, like guitars and like a band format, whereas this is more electronic and new romantic. So it was kind of came out of left field, like retrospectively looking back. It's kind of weird. The only thing I didn't like about living on my own at the time was the electricity. The electric meter that I had in the flat that I was renting constantly wanted money. Like the rate was so fucking high. Like I put 20 quid in, I'd go to the off license and put the key in the machine and pay 20 quid, take the key home, put it in the meter. 20 quid, nice. Let's make some dinner. So I cooked some dinner and whatnot, and I looked the next day, it's like £7 remaining. It was fucking horrendous. It was so bad. I do not miss that apartment whatsoever. It was set up to stitch me up big time. Now, a lot of people don't like the smart meters, but I've got a smart meter and I can keep an eye on what electric I use as and when I'm using it, sort of thing. Like you put the kettle on and it shows you a spike in electric, but my bill was dramatically reduced. See, I do believe that those pay per use sort of meters that you have in the UK, where you put credit onto a chip and then put the chip into the machine, the rates that they have are just extortionate. They're so bad, in my opinion, at least. And some people out there, they don't have any other choice because they're renting or they're on the council, like, you know, housing benefits, so to speak. So it is what it is. But certainly being with a chosen energy supplier with its smart meter was the right call, I believe. Why am I talking about energy and what supplier and energy meters and stuff? Why? How bizarre. You know, I said earlier that I fancied listening to some craft work. I don't have no German fetish or anything like that. It's kind of a weird thing. I just fancied listening to German like craft work. It's just some of the tracks that I played, I've got no control over. It's kind of wild, but enjoy, I guess. Just trying to remember how this goes. I think that goes like that, and the other one slides in. But we don't put them on just yet because we've got to work on the NES. Come on. There we go. T11 and 12 into T3. Why not? So whatever your kit you're building, I hope you're having a good one. If you're building along. If not, why not? Why aren't you building? I'm at work, man. Oh, sorry. I said to my boss on Saturday, I said, look, I am absolutely exhausted. Any chance you could do me a solid and like, you know, sort of make sure that you're not breaking my back on Sunday? And lo and behold, he did me a solid. Sunday afternoon was pretty busy, but that's Sunday afternoons. But Sunday evening, I had 12 drops yesterday evening, but I only had about 40 trays to deliver instead of like 90 odd. So it was a really nice, relaxed evening, which is probably why I'm streaming today. Because had I had another heavy one, I might have postponed the stream. I've been absolutely, I've had my ass kicked at work this weekend. It's payday weekend in the UK for many. Also, the kids were still off on half term. So normally people like have got, and it was very nice weather as well. So, you know, you've got that trifecta of nice weather, kids are on holiday, and it's payday weekend. So, but strangely enough, on Saturday it was the quietest day. That a lot of people obviously thought, well, let's go out for the day. We'll get our shopping on Sunday. So Saturday was a nice day. And you know, as a delivery driver, I do my job and I do it gladly because I'm being paid for it. I always understand, you know, the reasonings behind things. Like when someone says, like, you know, oh, any chance, you know, you could do this or the other, or customers, I've ordered specific items because, you know, they're having a barbecue on Sunday, for example, or their kids are off. So Kids are back at school, so on Monday they want some bits and pieces to make their lunches and stuff. So the importance of it isn't lost on me. I really enjoy the job in terms of like the customer satisfaction side of things. It's kind of weird. Some people I couldn't give a fuck. I'm there to get paid, right? I've never had that attitude. I've always enjoyed interacting with the customers and that. And it does pay off because when you see when you see the regular customers and stuff, you go around there and do you fancy a can of Coke? It's a hot day. Here's a couple of quid tip. Get yourself some lunch or whatever. It's nice, I do like that side of it. And then there's the customers that want you to take everything up fucking 3 or 4 flights of stairs, and they're like, cheers, shut the door in your face. No tip, no thank you, no, I hope you have a good day, no, like, thanks, bye. But it's not all about them. I generally enjoy my job. I don't know where I'm going with these segues. They're not even segues, I'm just blurting out words, so there's something for you to listen to, I guess. Oh yeah, Men at Work was playing with Down Under. Is it Down Under? Man from Down Under. Men at Work. That was on the radio last night. I was singing that. Where's my tea? Tea! Yeah. Huh. I didn't know I could press that key on my keyboard to pause the music. What? Right. T2. My shoulders and all across my neck are killing me. Like, when you get that tension across your neck and your back. Man, I need to go and get myself one of those Thai massages or some deep tissue massage, man. I know it'd hurt, but ultimately I'd probably benefit from it. As long as they don't tell me to turn over. Because I'd probably enjoy it way too. Actually, if I don't fall asleep, though, that's the thing. Fall asleep. So, you've been here 8 hours. We won £200 now. Fuck. think the only time I've ever had a proper massage was at a gym once where I was doing some military cleans and I threw it up and I felt my back just go pang and I dropped it. Luckily it was rubber floor. I just dropped the weights and one of the guys in there, he just come over. He was fucking, what's happening? I just had military cleans and just went through it up and all. I think I trapped a nerve. He threw me down and like started like doing my massaging my shoulders and in my collarbone and around my shoulder blade and stuff like that. I was like, ow! But it really worked. He done the trick. Guy was a legend for that. That fucking hurt. That did. So I was doing snatch cleans, but the military snatch cleans with a 5 kilo bar and 5 kilo either side. So it's basically 15 or 20 kilos or something like a snatch, and then up, and then down, and then snatch. And I was doing that, and I think I was going way too fast, and yeah, it fucks my back. No. So the knee part is quite important because of being able to slide and move and like go as intended, right? So when you've got the leg sort of like exposed and bits moving and you're moving like this bit down, for example, it's what then pushes this bit up. You've then got to be able to clip the knee compartment onto this part here. Once you've got that locked in place, you can click it in there. It's not. I would say it's probably not the best. I think the real grades does a really good job of this, and especially the MGX Unicorn's legs in terms of its mechanics are really well done. I think the Unicorn Perfect Grade is a little bit over engineered, but it's a perfect grade at the end of the day. If they were to do one day a Unicorn Perfect Grade Unleashed, I do hope that they go back to the drawing board with the legs. I do believe that we will see a Unicorn Unleashed one day. Maybe a 40-year anniversary Unicorn or something like that. Bit of a mess, isn't it? Welcome to my world. Came for Gundam, stayed for the never-ending story. My 7-year-old self is reliving some PTSD right now. The strong hand. Man, kids nowadays, they don't know how to deal with trauma. We were conditioned. We was hit early on in our lives. Like Gen X. But Artex was resurrected. He said the words. Everything was good in the end, right? It was all just unnecessary trauma. Man, there were so many traumatic films as a child and TV shows and cartoons and stuff. We were conditioned. We was hardened. We was honed as children. The playground was our battlefield. Kids nowadays, they can't work 8 hours in a fucking coffee shop without crying on TikTok. Quite sad. Mind you saying that, I'd probably suffer 8 hours as a barista in a coffee shop myself. So, you know, I'll take that back. That's probably quite a shit job. I mean, I think the first example of trauma that I was exposed to as a child was Watership Down. And I think from then onwards, I just got progressively harder and harder and harder. And when I was 10 and I watched RoboCop, it was like nothing. Murphy's execution was like, nah, it's fine. No worries. Bring it on. Bring it on. You know, Hollywood. What you got? It was funny. Yeah, come 10, I was ready for anything. Until an animated movie in which we saw Optimus Prime die. The whole fucking shit just came down where, you know, it was like I was living in a house of cards. Everything just come crashing down around me. Just when I thought I was like, yeah, nothing can faze me, man. Nothing can faze me. And then that shit happened. I was like, you know, even my mum and dad, they was watching it as well. Because I didn't get to see it in the cinema. So I had it for my birthday in October on VHS. So yeah, I was just unconsolable for months. It was crazy. But then, after then, nothing has fazed me. Oh, maybe when Gwen Stacy died in The Amazing Spider-Man, I thought, yeah, that tugged on the old heartstrings a little bit. Yeah, I've got to show a little bit of concern there. That was pretty rough. The Dark Crystal was dark, but I didn't ever consider it traumatic. It was kind of a wild and weird one, but I never. There was no instances in in the Dark Crystal that sort of wigged me out. The Labyrinth was also another one that they tried to make it like dark and mysterious and a bit weird, but I thought it was quite endearing. The Labyrinth, like a lot of it was. But Return to Oz, that was a whole new level of fucked up. My sister just refused to outright watch that movie. She was like, and even today, like, my sister's in her 40s now. She's like 41. I bet you any money I go around there with a copy of Return to Oz for Christmas present idea. Perfect. I've got to get a Return to Oz on Blu-ray or DVD or something. Wrap it up. I gotta do it because I want to be in the kitchen or the conservatory or whatever, playing with Lily and my niece and just having a laugh, and then like all of a sudden I hear this, "You motherfucker!" And she opens her fucking present. Yes, perfect. Because she refuses to fucking acknowledge that movie even exists. But yeah, the Return to Oz was fucked up, and yeah, it really fucking done a number on my sister years and years ago. Dark Crystal, when the Skeksis drew life and themselves alive, is pretty dark. It is, and you see their skin sort of plump out and they're sort of like revitalized and stuff like that. And isn't there a scene where it's reversed and it sucks the life out of them or something towards the end? I don't remember the film too much detail by detail, but didn't it sort of like backfire on them and they sort of like sucked that? They was all like turning into skeletons, and yeah, I suppose that part was pretty horrific. But I kind of understood it, and I just it was just weird to watch. But yeah, I didn't necessarily saw it as as dark, but it did have dark elements to it. But yeah, Return to Oz is dark, 100%. I was gonna watch the TV series because they did a Dark Crystal TV series recently, and I was gonna watch that, but I didn't. So I don't know whether it was faithful, any good, or entertaining, or whether it was just rubbish. But it certainly, from the promos that I saw, it did look like it was quite faithful and it looked good, like in terms of like the props, and it was great, but cancelled. Oh no! Well, that sucked. Oh, pardon me. Burping away. Hey man, you're drinking beer, man. It's gonna make you burp, dude. I know. Too expensive for its limited audience. Well, that's Disney for you. They've got no problem in like finding a budget for an imaginary audience. But when they're real about stuff, I mean, I'm assuming it was Disney. But when they're real about stuff, they can't find the budget for a project. It's like Disney as a company, as an organization, they need to have a look at the producers and the directors of stuff. And so I just think like, oh, it was Netflix, was it? Right, I gotcha. I thought it was a Disney. I thought Dark Crystal was a Disney movie. Oh, I probably completely got that wrong. But yeah, you know, when it comes to budgets and Disney spending and stuff like that, the shit that Disney put out, I mean, it's just like they're wasting money on purpose. Sounds like a theme tune from a level from a video game. I just can't put my finger on it. Even worse was the Thundercats 2011 amazing reboot that was dark as fuck and Cartoon Network cancelled it because was getting kids' eyes. But then put out the chibi style one that was absolutely terrible. And oh yeah, I remember that. It was just really bad. Like they all look the same, just different shapes. Like all their big eyes, and they look really bizarre. I just wish that they re-released the original, but just like gave it a HD remaster, you know, original, you know, everything original. Right, just do it like for like, but just cleaned up and really, just give it a polish. I never exposed myself to any sort of Thundercat remakes or anything like that. I'm a bit smarter than that because unless they do it faithfully, so I've not seen any of the new He-Mans either. You know, especially the Kevin Smith Teela show. So I'm a little bit on the reluctant side to sort of give any sort of like remake my time because, you know, generally on Netflix they can't get it right. But there are a few shows on Netflix that I enjoyed. You know, it's not all doom and gloom. So I think what was it? Robin Hood from South Korea? Was it Robin Hood or something like that? It was like a survival game. That was pretty cool, man. I really like that. I wish there was another series of that, a season even. It was like a big, massive, like game, and when they fucked tasks up or something, they got sniped or something like that. It was like before Squid Games. I can't remember what the show was called. It was pretty cool. Was it Cinderella or Robin Hood? it was something like that. 2000 was a retelling of an adjacent story that followed rather than a toy of the week style of the OG. Its story was dark and full of betrayal and twists. Nice. However, was the animation good? Was the animation faithful to the original? Was Chitara hot? That's all I want to know. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I always thought this was Craftwork, but it isn't. This is Trio. Uh-huh. Yes, very good. Ooh. Skip completely. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, so it's kind of got like a Zelda animation style. Well, excuse me. I'll have to watch that then because I just got a clip of Cheetah and he looks pretty cool. Tiger. Fucking hell, it's been a while. Guy with a whip. He looked pretty cool. Kind of got like Wolverine vibes from that character just by looking at the image. It's a dead end world. In an East Town boy in a West Town world. He's East Town boy in a dead end world, I guess. West Town girl. I can't put this on because I can put this on now. I can put this on now. I don't know why I couldn't put this on earlier, but I can do it now. You get Bumrah at the end too. Nice. Why? Please tell me why I'm looking at Debenham's underwear. I fucking hate Pinterest, man. Oh, I just saw Taylor. Ah. If that's someone's idea of a joke, that is not Lion-O. No, I refuse. I'm not looking at Pinterest again. I'm not doing that. I've just been exposed to something that my eyes can never unsee. So thank you. No, that hasn't worked as intended. What am I doing wrong exactly? Everything apparently. Right, so that does slide up and down, and I'm pretty sure that that's correct. He says. Oh, it's because I put the fucking hip on the wrong way. I'm an idiot. And the housing ran the wrong way. my mate Martin, he loves Africa and the Toto, and he's coming down on the 21st and 22nd of June. We're going to be watching the Nürburgring live. So I might even do a live stream with Martin, so you guys get to meet the myth, the legend. This doesn't seem right. Please tell me I've put that. I have. I've done that right. And that's supposed to go. I'm really struggling. That doesn't. I mean, I'm probably doing it right, but it doesn't feel like it's right because that bit, the front is being pushed out. All right. Trust in the process, he says. So, if you are interested in the Nürburgring weekend, it is June the 21st and 22nd. Watch it every year. Try to watch it every year with Martin. He went last year, I believe. I couldn't do it. I wanted to, but getting tickets was just so fucking difficult. And you've got to book the tickets in like November sort of time, and it's just I just couldn't do it. It was just so fucking impossible. So I think he went with Sue, his missus. And sadly, I couldn't go as much as I wanted to. But it's an amazing track, and it's an amazing weekend, and it's a vibe. So, and I built the GTR, GT3. Hang on, what was it? AMG GT3, to buy Tamiya, a couple of years ago. It was like a weekend build. I've boxed it up, today. But it was a pretty rushed thing. But it had, if I give any sort of Tamiya projects like a few weeks, a few months, or whatever, their kits are so exceptional. They do turn out really clean. I do like Tamiya products. Their model kits are exquisite, especially ones that come with photo etch and canopy masks and all that sort of good stuff. They give you like a running start in terms of like being able to make a really good go of the kit. Yeah, memory unlocked. It's this piece that holds it all together. It's better. All right. Okay. Another one done. I was also watching a guy on YouTube yesterday. Can't remember the channel, but he's like a wildlife photographer or wildlife guy, likes going out around the UK and exploring and like trying to photograph like wildlife and so on. And he went to a place near me called Dungeness, which is like Britain's only desert. You know, it's a bit of a wasteland, pre-war sort of vibe, loads of shingle, nuclear or decommissioned nuclear plant, and so on. And it's an old town, and yeah, there's loads of wildlife there. And the fun fact that I found out yesterday, that out of the 600 species of fauna in the UK, one third of British fauna can be found in Dungeness. That's crazy. As well as loads of birds, and there's an OSPB like wetlands for birds and protection, wildlife protection zone and whatnot. It was really cool. Like to think that like Dungeness is only what about a 3-hour drive from me if I head south, like in Kent. It's like on a peninsula next to Dover. Very special place, like really weird and strange and just like out of left field. Like there's a miniature railway that's still in use today by the locals. Also, there's some in Dungeness. There are some old concrete sound dishes, like sound radar dishes, like to sort of like listen in on stuff that's happening, like early warning system for planes and stuff, like during the war. Like you could like hear the hum of planes or bombers or whatever. being captured on these big like concrete, concrete ears, for less of a better word, I guess. Really interesting stuff. I would like to go down there and just like have a walk around and maybe even do like a little video on YouTube or something, but you know, that's not what my channel's all about. So it might even just be like, I might just go down. Hi, I'm in Dungeon S right now. My name's Gunpla. Yeah, it's weird stuff, but I'd like to go. It's an interesting place. Right. So what happens here? I hope I'm putting that in the right spot. It seems like it goes there. Everything says that it fits there like that. But I don't actually remember doing this step on the original, like Unicorn back in the day. I just don't remember doing that. Oh no! Pull that down. They say pull it down. I don't think I was supposed to do that, but I'll pull that bit down. Right, gotcha. Oh, you get. You pull that out and then you can put that back in. Yeah, I was supposed to pull that out. Pull that down, pull that forward. Okay. Now, when that bends, that's supposed to pop up. Completely unicorn. There is no destroy mode as we manipulate this thing. That's for the big reveal, right? That's for the end of episode 1 reveal. So, apart from the blue bits down here, Giovanni, I've missed some bits. I have missed the step. What? I'm looking at the parts that I need to put on. There they are. I forgot to put them on. I'm an idiot. Have you ever missed a step and then had to go back and retrace your steps and think, there's something missing? What have I done? All the time. All the fucking time. But when you're not streaming and you've got the time to just chill out and read the manual and do one step at a time, and you're not rushing and you're taking your time, you can be, you know, you can be a pro builder. So I'll blame it on you guys. Oh, on there. Trying to take something off that was already detached. That's what I was trying to do. Like an idiot. Chamone. I've dropped them again. Oh my god. Yeah, these are getting absolutely hammered. I need a new set of god hands. Unreal. Oh, it's the real grade where you pull that out and you push the knee up. That's right. A massive improvement on the perfect grade. Ping. Yeah, this is why I didn't like the Unchained mode, because it was just so finicky. And it is, like I say, there's so much messing around just to make, like, to get the blades out and all that sort of stuff. That I just sometimes wish that it wasn't a thing. Just keep everything just tucked up. Which looks cleaner. So the Unleashed is, or Unchained is, your preference. That's on there. Way better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, there we go. It does clip in, but you've got to sort of like trust it and sort of smush it together, because trying to align it like visually, it's a pain in the ass. We have his leg. And the body goes up here, and there's a waist unit which you don't build until you've done the legs. It's kind of weird, but I wanted to follow the manual. I love the fact that this armor clips in to this piece here. So once that's the in unicorn mode, to destroy mode, you just clip it up in there, and it clips in there real nice. It's nice and clean. And everything is hidden pretty well. It's nice. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys, because I am really knackered. I thought I'd give it a good go. I'm exhausted. So I'm going to get off. I'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock, and hit the floor running. So we have a bit of a more of a good time tomorrow. With part 4, where we work on the other leg and the waist unit tomorrow, and sort of like get this guy stood up. You gave it a good college try. I did. I mean, I was going to postpone today's stream because my back is absolutely killing me and I'm exhausted. But at the same time, I wanted to show face, show that, you know, show willing and stuff like that. And I've only drunk 1.5 beers, so I am, you know, it's not like me. It's not like me to be like, you know, so just deflated, but work does kick my ass. It really does. But if you've not built a perfect grade unicorn before either of the varieties, because they are pretty much predominantly all the same, apart from the head crest and a few weapon options and the backpack options, you know, it's pretty hefty, it's pretty big, it's pretty chunky. The proportions for me are a little bit off because I prefer the slender look for the unicorn, whereas the perfect grade is very, very chunky, and it probably ekes the absolute fuck out of Kotoki. That the leg is quite this chunky. Because I don't know whether he had any influence on the design and the production of the perfect grades. I'm not entirely sure. But maybe some of his decisions were in it. I'm not sure. In terms of like the proportions and the transformations and bits and pieces, like I'm not entirely sure, but he's normally known for his slender, long-legged designs, and I don't know whether the unicorn ticks that box because the legs are quite chunky. But then so are many of the others in reflection. I think the 00 Rise has got quite skinny legs. But when you have this against, like, say, the Exia and stuff like that, the actual chunkiness is all on par. But for, you know, when you've built like the MGEX and like the OVA Unicorn, for example, they're very, very slender in proportion. So the perfect grade proportions for me have always been, I've always like eked me out ever so slightly. I'm like, what is going on here? But I suppose it's because of all of the layers and the mechanics and stuff like that. So it's the best of the worst, I guess. But definitely go out and get one if you haven't got one already. The unicorns go for about 160 to 180, depending on where you are. That's UK sterling. You know, you never know. You might pick one up in the UK for like 160. Free shipping, or one day, you know, there might be like one left on store and they do a sale just to ship it. So keep your eye out for one. I highly recommend it as a perfect grady. It's a fun build. I don't think there's anything that's really negative about the Unicorn. Only that I think that the Unchained mode was just a little bit unnecessary, but it's probably a gimmick because he's a perfect grade, you know. And to sort of like raise the part count ever so slightly, but it's still a really, really good model kit, and I highly recommend it if you haven't built one already. So I'm gonna fuck off if that's all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, girls. Everyone that came in today. Yeah, this episode is, I think, or it's going to be video number 3 on YouTube. So it's going to go live tomorrow. Check it out if you've come from YouTube and vice versa. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching it back. Thank you for subscribing. Hit that thumbs up button and all that sort of stuff on YouTube. It does help me a great deal, more than you know. And it's just a little gesture that goes a long way in terms of algorithm and exposure and all that sort of stuff.